Hi, this is Kristen Lanham, and I am in the Parkmead neighborhood of Walnut Creek and doing a property tour of a home that just came on the market. They're going to be looking at offers on Monday. It needs some love, and it's priced at $1,085,000. And that's an unusual price for the Parkmead neighborhood because if the home is done and updated, it's going to go 1.4 plus, depending on size and condition and staging and all that, views, etc. So we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to show you a few other things. Hi, this is by Carol Nasser with Duda, and we're going to continue to go down the street just a little bit underneath the freeway there, which is 680. On the other side of that is the Los Lomas High School. So this neighborhood is just blocks from the high school. When we walk the other direction, it's also 3 blocks to the elementary school of Parkmead. So Parkmead has a Parkmead Community Association. It's $20 a year, and they do about 4 events during the year. This Saturday, April 18th, or not this Saturday, but Saturday, April 18th, they're going to be doing a community service of cleaning up the elementary school, coffee, donuts, and have some of the neighbors who have some certain expertise, such as beekeeping, composting, drought-resistant plants, and then there'll be some seedlings that kids can plant in a little cup and take home. So that's one of the events. Yeah, there's a garage sale, chili cook-off, and a summer block party. Walking back towards the house, just a few blocks that direction, and then you turn left on Newell, will get you to the Parkmead and Tice Creek elementary schools. There are 2 schools there. One will entertain all of Walnut Creek. Anyone can apply to come to that school. That's the Tice Creek Coyotes, and Parkmead is for the area right around here that will go to that school. So walking up to the house, we've got kind of a closed-in patio with 2 doors. They're both bedrooms. We'll take a look at those in a second, and a little patio. Of course, you see some peeled painting. And some work. Like I said, this house is going to need some work. Maybe an investor, maybe somebody that wants to be in the school district. It's important, and they can do the fixing up on their own as time goes on. So this house is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,094 square feet, and a 0.30 acre lot. I also want to note a little bit about the street of Lilac. It's not really a busy street, although you've seen some cars go by. There are 2 entrances into the Parkmead neighborhood. One's on Lilac and one is on Newell. And those 2 streets feed the remaining streets within the Parkmead community. So you'll get busy times like when school's being dropped off, the high school's letting out, and then on the weekend, it's actually very, very quiet. So there's a few times where you'll see more cars, but overall, it's still not a really busy street. All right, let's go take a look. So this house is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,094 square feet, and a 0.30 acre lot. I also want to note a little bit about the street of Lilac. It's not really a busy street, although you've seen some cars go by. There are 2 entrances into the Parkmead neighborhood. One's on Lilac and one is on Newell. And those 2 streets feed the remaining streets within the Parkmead community. So you'll get busy times like when school's being dropped off, the high school's letting out, and then on the weekend, it's actually very, very quiet. So there's a few times where you'll see more cars, but overall, it's still not a really busy street. All right, let's go take a look. So this house is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,094 square feet, and a 0.30 acre lot. I also want to note a little bit about the street of Lilac. It's not really a busy street, although you've seen some cars go by. There are 2 entrances into the Parkmead neighborhood. One's on Lilac and one is on Newell. And those 2 streets feed the remaining streets within the Parkmead community. So you'll get busy times like when school's being dropped off, the high school's letting out, And then on the weekend, it's actually very, very quiet. So there's a few times where you'll see more cars, but overall, it's still not a really busy street. As we step into the family living room area, it's got quite a few windows and is very bright. There you go. It has a rock wood burning fireplace. And this is apparently a slider that does not really open up. So that is, you probably need to be, you got a single pane in here. And kind of feels Eichler-esque. You got a little bit of a hallway there. Could make a nice little bar area. Thinking of the 1950s, you know, all the housewives and stuff having the cocktails. All right, and then we're gonna step into the kitchen, and this is definitely from the 50s. Where's the little light switch? There we go, doesn't help too much. We got a linoleum floor, that autumn gold that was so popular, orange countertops, original cabinets, just wood. Love the fan. And pretty much a very old oven and stove cooktop. And again, large windows, these are newer. And extra space. And then we move into the dining room. Lots of extra closet space and paneling. Big picture window. Lots of opportunity. From there, we move into the laundry room with an access door to the front patio and the garage, and the washer and dryer. Nice to have a sink in there and more cabinet space. And again, one of those older exhaust fans. And then we move into a bedroom, and it's got drawers in there. Quite a large closet there behind the door. It continues on. Let's take a look. Oh, very hard to open. And more paneling. So there we go. And there we got the in the wall air conditioning, newer windows in here, and then a bathroom. Looks like they kind of were doing something painting around the paneling. And this has got a lot of rust. It's a metal, and probably over the years, the water. And the older light fixture that does not work. And older windows here. Shower. Into the dining area to go down the hallway for the additional bedrooms, but just wanted to point out that a lot of these older houses have the ironing board built in, which is kind of cool. It looks like it's a functioning one that is easy to use with the little heat vent there if you have a hot iron. Now moving down the hallway, we've got bedroom number 2, and this one has, not even sure what kind of flooring this is. I guess it's tile. We have quite a large crack here. In talking with the agent, I asked if there were foundation issues on the slab. We've got some other cracks. And what they found through some of their investigation and reports is that there is a drainage issue, which I know very well because I live just through 3 houses away, and I'm on a slab, and I had to have a sump pump, a pretty flat area, and I had to have a sump pump take water out of my house. And I've got a few cracks here, nothing like that, but it's pretty common to have the sump pumps. Oh, what's this? A little shelving in here. Well, it's pretty nice. And a general closet, probably a linen. is the hall bathroom, community bathroom. Does have quite a bit of cabinets in here. Gotta love that. Lots of extra space. Older window, probably original, metal. Interesting. And then we got the 2 bedrooms that have the doors to the access of the patio in the front of the house. More paneling. And then another kind of AC unit, closets. Those go back pretty deep. You know, if you have kids, not always crazy about having them access to the outside, especially as they get older. I was an escape artist when I was, you know, in my 13+ years. And then this one, oh, maybe that other one was added on as a primary. This might have been originally a 3-2, and now it's a 4-3, which would make sense. So this is what the other one should look like. So it probably wasn't used. Little bit of rusting. So funny. Whoops. Okay, continue on. Shower. Oh, low shower head, man. It's gonna hit you right in the chest. Whoops, so sorry, trying to open doors. And original windows in there too. And carpet, you know, it's kind of piling and it's pretty plush. Down the hall, you've got this kind of light in this architectural style. Gives you a lot of light in the hallway. We're gonna walk outside into a pretty good sized lot. 0.30 is common. You are very near the freeway, as we pointed out in the beginning. If you see, you can hear a little bit. In the winter, when it's cold, like at 6 o'clock in the morning and the leaves are off the trees, it can be deafening sound. But you know, this is kind of normal, right? What you hear. You see over there, there's kind of a tall, behind the pole, another light fixture, and that's where the freeway kind of goes. And underneath the freeway, you got on each 3 corners, you've got 3 gas stations. The far corner, you've got Trader Joe's, and then there's a Bear Bottle brewery and a Beehive salon, hair salon. So you are walking distance from this location to a Whole Foods, to the Trader Joe's, downtown, to the restaurants and the movie theaters. It's great walk score. Beautiful tree there in the background. Looks like a redwood. Love the redwoods. Very, very tall. Keeps going up. Someone has a lemon tree behind. And then they put a fence around it for safety things, but there's quite a bit of information that it's not really been maintained for more than 10-15 years. They had it kind of cleaned out and everything. So that is really, let's go over and take a look at the side yard. I guess it's a big kind of slider there. And then just a small little dog area for the garbage cans or whatever. The front of the house garage and some side yard, side parking potentially. And we'll just take a look at the garage and the little back patio behind it from the outside perspective. And this is the garage, kind of an older garage door. It does have auto. And that's about it for the garage. Agents always take the screens off. It always shows better without the screens, leaves them in the garage to be added later. Lock that There's the door to where the dining area is, and then the back patio, the window, and then kind of the side yard that blocked here. You could walk in and walk through the backyard though. There's the fence, and then back to that area.